Welcome back to SpeakNest English Podcast Zone, where we make English fun, real, and full of life. This is your host, and today, we're stepping into the most practical and powerful use of English.
Today, we're tackling something really vital. Essential English phrases for emergencies. Our goal, really, is to make sure you have the words you need when communication is absolutely critical. You know, those urgent moments.
Absolutely. And this isn't just about language learning, is it? It's more about basic preparedness.
Preparedness, exactly. Because in those high-stress situations, being clear can make all the difference.
It really can. How well you get your point across directly impacts the help you receive.
Okay, so let's paint a picture. Something bad happens unexpectedly. What are those first immediate phrases you need, like right away?
Well, your first reaction has to be loud, clear. Something like, help, I need assistance. That's pretty universal.
Right, a clear signal.
And then you need specifics almost immediately after that.
Yeah, getting straight to it, like, please call an ambulance.
Exactly. Or just stating the situation simply, there's been an accident.
Or someone is injured.
And if it's, involving potential crime, then call the police is direct.
Or just the general, it's an emergency.
That works too.
Yeah.
The key thing, even when you feel panic rising, is to really try to speak loudly and clearly.
Because panic makes things garbled, right?
It does. Mumbled words, they just slow things down. Clear words cut through the noise.
Okay, makes total sense. So let's say you've managed that, you've yelled for help, or maybe you're calling emergency services yourself, like 911 or the local number.
Right.
What information is absolutely crucial then? What do they need first?
Okay, when you get through, structure is your friend. Start with who you are. My name is your name.
Just state your name clearly.
Yes. And then immediately, your exact location. I'm at location. Look around street names, landmarks, building numbers, anything.
Anything to help them find you fast. So name, then location, what's next, the core detail.
Yeah, what happened? State the emergency clearly. Be direct. There has been a fire.
Or there's been a car crash.
Someone has fallen. Things like that. And if someone's condition is serious, you need to say that. Someone is unconscious is vital information.
Okay. Unconscious. Got it.
And finally, just underline the urgency. We need help immediately, or send help quickly.
So that structure, who I am, where I am, what's happened, and maybe who's hurt, that seems like a really solid formula.
It is. Who, where, what. It gets the essential info across fast.
Could you maybe give us a quick example, like how it might actually sound on a call?
Sure. Imagine the operator picks up, asks 911, what's your emergency?
Okay.
You could say something like, my name is Jane Smith. I'm at the main park near the Oak Street entrance.
Location clear.
A man just fell. He hit his head and he's not moving. He's unconscious.
Okay, status clear.
Please send an ambulance right away.
Yeah, that's direct. Clear, concise, gets everything across. Really helpful example. Now, beyond those immediate action phrases, there's probably some core vocabulary, specific words related to emergencies that are good to know.
Oh, definitely. Knowing key terms helps you understand responders and describe things better. Obvious ones are ambulance and fire.
Right. The services.
And then words to describe injury or condition. Pain. Bleeding.
Bleeding, okay.
Broken, like a broken bone. Unconscious, as we mentioned, super important.
So you could say something like, he's complaining of chest pain, or she has a broken arm.
Exactly. Or there's a lot of bleeding. Simple, descriptive sentences.
Makes sense. Any other really essential words?
Well, words about the situation itself. Danger, is there ongoing danger? And safe? Are you or others safe now?
Right. Assessing the scene.
Also, first aid. You might be asked if anyone is providing first aid, or you might need to ask for a first aid kit.
Okay, good one.
And maybe understanding the word panic, being able to say, I'm trying not to panic, or recognizing if someone else is panicking, can be useful context for responders.
So it's knowing the words, but also, like you said, putting them into simple phrases under pressure.
That's the key. Practice helps. Just saying these words aloud, maybe making a few simple sentences.
Like rehearsing it a bit in your head.
Exactly. It builds familiarity, makes the words easier to grab when you actually truly need them. This has been incredibly useful. It's a serious topic, but knowing this feels really empowering.
It should. Because clear communication in these moments, well, it can literally be a lifeline.
So a final thought for everyone listening. Maybe just take a moment later today. Think about a couple of potential scenarios, something minor, something more serious, and just mentally walk through using these phrases.
That mental rehearsal.
Yeah, that practice can make a huge difference if you're tackling something really vital. Essential English phrases you might need in an emergency.
Yeah, really important stuff. We've gathered some key phrases, sort of categorized them based on the situation.
Exactly. And our goal, well, it's pretty straightforward. We want to arm you with clear, immediate language, things you could actually use.
Right. For medical crises, maybe a fire, or, just when you need to help someone else out.
Okay, let's dive in then.
Well, what jumps out right away is how communication has to be super direct when things get stressful, right?
Okay.
Having these phrases ready, like in your mental toolkit, it means you don't freeze up. It can genuinely change things.
Totally agree. So let's kick off with medical emergencies. Those critical first moments. Our sources really stress that quick assessment.
Yeah.
Simple questions, but direct. Like, are you okay? That's the baseline.
The first thing you'd ask, yeah.
Then maybe, can you hear me? Just checking if they're responsive.
And pinpointing the problem. Where does it hurt?
Right. And these questions, they don't just get you information fast.
No, they do more. They kind of project a sense of control and concern. It helps establish a connection, even in chaos.
Yeah, cuts through the noise a bit. And once you have that initial read on the situation, the sources give these really basic safety instructions.
Like
things like try to stay awake or, don't move too much. Simple stuff.
but potentially critical, really critical in stopping things from getting worse.
Exactly.
And just that simple phrase, help is coming. Think about that. It taps into a really deep need for safety.
Oh, definitely.
Even if someone's confused or scared, just hearing that, it can reduce panic, make them a bit more cooperative maybe.
Right. It's reassuring. Okay, building on that.
Yeah.
Let's shift gears. What about situations like fires, disasters, where the danger's immediate, needs fast action?
Yeah, different dynamic entirely. Here, the language needs to be sharp, cut through fear, cut through noise.
We're talking really urgent warnings. Things like, there's a fire, get out quickly.
Loud and clear. Or just the broad command, evacuate the building.
Yeah. And you probably need to repeat it, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. In those high-stakes situations, it's noisy, people are panicked, adrenaline's high. Repeating clear instructions, that's key to making sure people actually hear and, understand.
Makes sense. And it's not just about the warning, is it? It's about directing people safely.
Right. So the sources point to instructions like, stay calm and follow instructions. That's huge for preventing like a stampede or more chaos.
Mm-hmm. Then the really direct commands. Don't use the elevator,
Clear shot.
take the stairs, or get to the safe zone. Very unambiguous.
And if you think about it, in any crisis, clarity beats complexity every single time, these phrases. They're designed for instant understanding, no room for doubt when seconds matter.
Good point. Okay, so let's think about another angle. What about when you're the one helping someone else? Being that voice of calm, as the sources put it.
I like that phrase. It really gets at the power your words can have, stabilizing things for someone else.
Yeah. So simple, reassuring phrases, it's gonna be okay, or just, I'm here with you. Mm-hmm. That immediate emotional support can mean so much.
It really highlights the emotional side of emergency communication, doesn't it? It's not just about facts, it's empathy. It's giving a bit of hope when someone's terrified.
Mm.
That phrase again, help is on the way. It just confirms they're not alone.
Right. And while comfort's important, you still need information sometimes.
Yeah.
So a simple question like, can you tell me your name?
Yeah, that's good. It personalizes things, builds a little trust maybe, and gives vital info for responders later.
Definitely. And then practical things too, like telling someone, keep breathing slowly. That can actually have a physical calming effect if someone's panicking.
It's fascinating, really, how just using clear, calm language, it can almost naturally position you as a sort of leader in that chaotic moment.
Yeah, like an anchor point.
Exactly. The person with the steady voice giving simple directions becomes a focus point.
Okay, so to wrap up this deep dive, we've covered quite a bit. Essential English phrases for different emergencies.
From those first medical questions.
Right, to the urgent fire command.
And those calming words when you're helping someone directly.
Yeah. And the key thing seems to be, these basic phrases, if you deliver them clearly, they can genuinely be life-changing.
Absolutely. Which brings us to maybe a final thought for you, the listener.
Go on.
Just reflect on how the way you speak, the clarity, the tone, can really shape how an emergency unfolds.
That's a powerful idea.
And maybe think, What other phrases might be crucial for your specific situations? Your workplace, your home, your community. Thinking about it beforehand, that's a really powerful form of preparation. Today, we're looking at something really practical. English for emergencies. You know, the words you need when things get serious.
Absolutely critical stuff.
Our mission today is to give you some key phrases, some real tools for those critical moments.
It's amazing how even like basic English, spoken clearly, can build trust. It can make a huge difference. We often learn English for, say, work or maybe travel.
Right, the usual reasons.
But it's real power. Sometimes it's in those unexpected high-stakes situations, just being able to offer simple help.
Or ask for it.
Exactly. It can be incredibly important.
Okay, so let's jump into some simple first aid English. Imagine someone's hurt.
Okay.
Saying something clear like, I'm going to stop the bleeding, that gives direction.
Right, immediate action. Or even, I'll support your arm.
Yeah, showing you're helping physically.
Yeah.
And simple instructions. Try not to move.
Crucial. Or keep pressure on the wound.
And just a calm, breathe deeply. That can really ground someone.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how these really direct, simple phrases just cut through the panic.
Totally.
They give instructions, show you're there to help. It builds confidence for the person needing aid.
That directness, using those command verbs.
It gets things done, prompts action.
Now, you listening might be thinking, well, hang on, my English isn't perfect.
That's a common worry.
But think about it. Even just a few words said with, well, courage.
That's the key part, the courage.
Can be so powerful, life-changing, potentially. This isn't just about, acing a test.
No, it's about real-life readiness, being prepared for the unexpected.
So the message is, be ready, be brave.
Be the one who speaks up.
It really highlights how language fits into just being prepared for anything.
The willingness, yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's imperfect communication, it can have such a positive impact when it counts.
Absolutely. So let's make this practical. We've got our SpeakNest emergency practice drill.
Okay.
5 key phrases. We want you to repeat them, get them locked in, practice them later too, because speed
and confidence
are vital in an emergency. Ready? Number 1, help. Someone's hurt.
Clear. Direct alert.
2, call the ambulance. Again, super direct. Clarity is everything here.
Gets immediate help moving. Essential.
3, stay calm. I'm here.
That's all for
Just
today's
that simple
episode of
reassurance.
SpeakNest English
Can make a
Podcast
world of
Zone.
difference in chaos.
Remember, you
Calm.
don't need big words.
4,
You just need
where does
real
it hurt?
practice. Speak
Straight
at
to
home.
the point.
Speak while
Find the
walking.
problem.
And most
Essential
importantly,
info gathering.
speak without
and 5,
fear.
it's
See you
gonna be
next
okay.
time, where we'll go
Offering
deeper
that
and
bit
make
of
English
comfort
more
and hope.
natural and
Powerful
powerful
words.
for your
Hey,
real life.
let's run through them again
Until
quickly.
then,
Help.
keep smiling.
Someone's hurt.
Keep speaking
Call the
English.
ambulance.
Stay calm. I'm here.
Where does it hurt?
It's going to be okay.
Repeating them like this, it helps build a kind of, linguistic muscle memory.
Muscle memory, I like that. So
Yeah.
you just say it without thinking.
And that's the goal. When you need it most, it's just there. Automatic recall.
So wrapping up, the main takeaway today is just how valuable having even a few basic English phrases ready can be.
It's not about fluency under pressure.
No, it's about having something you can say, being able to communicate when it really, really matters.
Thinking bigger picture, it just underlines how important basic communication is across languages.
Especially when someone...
Thank you for sharing your heart with me today. Next time you feel something, say it in English. I'll see you soon in the next episode of SpeakNest English Podcast Zone.